Alright, Treasury Financial Manual, Volume 1, Federal Agencies, Part 2, 4600, Chapter 4600, Treasury Reporting Instruction for the Credit Reform Legislation, Chapter prescribed by the Department of Treasury for the reporting instructions of federal agencies that have been granted authority by law to borrow funds from the Treasury, under Credit Reform Act of 1990 as amended by Federal Credit Reform Act. Alright, Section 4610, Scope of Applicability Instructions apply all direct loan guarantee programs except with specifically excluded Section 502 and 506 of the Federal Credit Reform Act. See Title Treasury Financial Manual, Volume 1, Part 2, Chapter 4800 for guidance on borrowing Treasury other than the Federal Credit Reform Act. Section 4615, Authority. According to Section 114, the budget accounting procedure of the 1950 Title 31 U.S. Standard Code 3513A, Secretary of Treasury must prepare reports of financial operation U.S. government. The head of the executive agency must furnish the Secretary of the Treasury with information relating to the agency financial condition, operation, and security may require. Section 4620, Terms and Definition. For terms and definitions related to this chapter, please view the Treasury Financial Manual Glossary. Additional to refer to the Office of Management Budget Circular Number 811, detailed explanation, terminology, budget instruction. Section 4625, Crediting Accounting Symbols. Establish accounting symbol of new credited programs. Agency must assign the Bureau of Fiscal Services written request to establish a Treasury account symbol of direct loan guarantee financing accounts, general fund and recipient accounts, special fund and recipient accounts mandated by the Federal Credit Reform Act of C context. Additional office management budget approvals are required by the Treasury accounting symbol. Special fund requirement receipt accounts. All requests submitted with the fiscal year must be included. All requests submitted in the fiscal services must include the program name, the director, guaranteed loan specification, legislative authority of the Treasury accounting symbol, with any Treasury accounting symbol previously recorded by the Office Management Budget for the General Information Federal Account Symbols, FAST. Refer to FAST Book for information about the establishing Treasury account symbols and Treasury Finance. Refer to Treasury Finance Manual, Volume 1, Part 2, Chapter 2000, Section 220. 2020. Alright, 462520, Program Accounts. Visual Service Act automatically assemble the program accounts with the law and acts appropriations, credit, subsidiary costs, administrative expense of the accounts usually funded with the annual appropriations, general fund with the Treasury accounting symbol from the Section 0, Quad 0, 3899 for listing accounts symbol by funding for the Treasury Financial Manual, Volume 1, Part 2, Chapter 1500, Section 153010. 462030, Financing Accounts. All credit programs require with a financing account with a direct loan guarantees require separate financing accounts, even if the single program account receives the cooperation. Subsidized costs of both official services usually establish financing Treasury accounting similar revolving funds for the public enterprise, revolving funds series 4000 and 4499 for listing of the account symbol by funding for the groups. Section 462540, General Fund Receipt Accounts. General Fund Receipt Accounts collect with either negative subsidized receipts, downward re-estimates for the direct and guaranteed loan programs. These receipts for Treasury accounting symbols in the series of 227XXX.001 negative subsidized report series 26XX003 for the downward re-estimate of 3-digit agency identifier aid. The unique for each agency program prescribed both of the Treasury accounting symbol, for instance, aid 27XX001 and aid 27XX003. 262550 Special Fund Receipt Accounts. Special Fund Receipt Accounts collect with the negative subscribed by the receipt with a downward re-estimate of the Trenton Loan Official Services to classify with these receipts as special funds. Received the Treasury accounting symbol series with the 53XX001. Negative subside received with the series with 53XX003. Downward reestimate with the subside with the 3-digit agency identified present with the Treasury accounting symbol, for instance, A 530001. 853XX003 for the most loan with the general fund with the Treasury accounting symbol. Agencies should contact Office of Management Budget during determining whether the program should use the special fund, general funds, and receipts. Additional information for the Treasury Financial Manual, Volume 1, Part 2, Chapter 1500, Section 1530-15, Treasury Manual, Volume 1, Part 2, 4700, Section 4735, 30A. 4625, miscellaneous recipient account with the agents may make entry for the Treasury with a miscellaneous recipient account with the Treasury aid 020, main account with the code 1499, sub account code 000. Agencies may interest collection on the Treasury for the miscellaneous receipts upon account with the Treasury aid with the 020, main account 1880, sub account 000. Agencies that require the use of the Treasury accounting symbol shall contact budget operations annual sections. Section 4630, accounts with sub-level of the prefix code. The accounts with sub-level of the prefix code can establish the agency sends official you with a written request to establish a direct guaranteed loan financing account. Sub-level prefix codes must be perceived the agency's Treasury accounting symbol in certain transactions. Agencies must use the Treasury accounting symbol with a sub-level prefix as filed with the central accounting reporting system. Use 95 when borrowing funding from the Treasury, 85 when repaying the Treasury amounts by previously borrowed, and on classification transaction accountability, use 65 record the payment of subside for the operations from the program account with the financial account. Section 4635, the actual annual interest rate, with the interest rate with the credit reform with the subside with the collection budget, execute for the borrowing with the uninvested funds with the other balance that are available with the Office Management Budget. With primary responsibility for the account of the Office Management Budget, distribute the actual annual interest for the rates approximately 10 business days before the official year ending with September 30th. Each cohort with its own special interest rate with the use of the earn and pay interest for the referred to for the cohort interest rate with the cohorts between 1992 and the 2000. Agency must calculate the weighted average interest rate based on the proportion of disbursement of each fiscal year for the interest rate for each of those fiscal year. For 2001 and subsequent cohorts, agency must calculate single effective based on the proportion of disbursement each fiscal year. Treasury yield curve, zero coupon securities applicable in each of the year. Distribution, underlying cash flow over the life of the loans being paid and guaranteed. Office of Management Budget credit subside calculator calculated with the cohort's interest rate. Agencies must use the credit subside calculator to determine the appropriate cohort rate. Most agencies recalculate the weighted average interest rate when the single effective of the rate after the disbursement of 90% of the dollar volume direct and guaranteed loan. However, at the end of the fiscal year, during the disbursement of the agency may recalculate the weighted average interest rate with or a single effective rate. Agencies must disembark weighted average interest rate, single effective of the rate, subside reinstatement of calculation, borrowing interest for the interested, uninvested funds, further the detail of the interest payment of the treasurer interested on uninvested funds refer to Section 4640-30 or Section 4645, respectively. Direct entities concerned with subsection to the Office Management Budget. Section 4640, borrowing from the Treasury official with the established loan agreement. Any agency needed to borrow from the Secretary of Treasury must first contact with a member of the official service of the Federal Investment Borrowing Branch who established a loan agreement. The official service official for the Chief of the Council for the coordinate the legal or legislative review of the relevant laws, including agency borrowing authority, to determine whether the standard of the Credit Reform Ag Agreement can be used if there was an exemption condition of the borrowing agreement and resolve of the legislation otherwise, and the condition exemption exists in the non-standard original agreement that may be required for the use standard credit reform agreement at Treasury Direct's website. Agreement must be reviewed and approved time with the authorized official with the agency by official service representative or above the assistant commissioner level. The agreement is not valid until the signatures are obtained. The agency shall at least have 2 weeks of this process. 464020, borrowing for the repayment of the Treasury. The FIBB, for the responsible administration of the federal borrowing program of the Federal Credit Reform Act, provides financial accounts with the indefinite of the authority of the Treasurer subject to the appointment of the usual agency of the Borough of the Federal Credit Reform Act during the following borrow Treasury amount with a reflects estimated annual requirements of fiscal year based on the figure for the calculated subsided of the portion unless better estimate is available and or initiate another borrowing during the fiscal year with the additional amount of necessary for the agencies must return any appropriated unobligated borrowing authority financial account by the end of the fiscal year of the agency and insufficient funds to make the annual interest payment to the Treasury at the end of the year end should not initiate additional borrowing effect for the last day of the business of the fiscal year to make the interest payment the balance of borrowed but disbursed funds earn interest for the Treasury for the same rate for the both with interest paid for the borrowed funds with the interest earned for the uninvested funds. Agency must carry forward amount of the borrowed and disbursed fund financial account for the next fiscal year for the obligation of the funds disbursement coherent with the coherent and interest rate, generally one over the per cohort and hereafter for the cohort and 90% of the more distributed to the agencies must represent reset of the interest rate of the amount carried forward to the equal the interest rate applicable to the next fiscal year for the agencies may even the balance of the future fiscal year subsequent to the fiscal year of the original obligation only to partial finance the disbursement of the loan same cohort with the original borrowing after the agency have dispersed all loans in cohort with a must repay with the Treasury to reduce any balance held in the financing account exceeding needs of the last business day of the fiscal year. However, the excess funds at this any time when the agency may make early payment of the principal. The maturity date of the borrowing in the Treasury is based on the time period subsided with the election, not with the contractual terms of the agency. Private lender of the loan of the borrower over the period of the time. Use a subsidized calculation normally exceed the contractual term of the loan borrow the borrowing with the Treasury made mature on September 30th of the estimated year of the cohort. If the estimated final date of the cohort is over than September 30th, associated with the borrowing Treasury maturities are following after September 30th. When cohort finishing borrowing is making the disbursement agency consolidated borrowings with the Treasury related with the cohort with to obtain a single maturity date with the borrowings of the Treasury should be mature in the final year of the cohort. However, if the cohort and contains borrowing on the multiple maturity date of the agency can require the consolidation for the specific direction regarding the consolidation of borrowings from the Treasury. Agency should contact the FIBB as soon as practicable by any event with no later than the last business day official year by a cohort finished or dispersing loans. New maturity date must remain with the original mature interval established for the cohort, and agency may prepay or all part borrowing from the Treasury without penalty. Alright, 464028, recording principal transaction with the Central Accounting Reporting System. Agencies reporting transaction involved with the principal of FIBB through the Central Accounting Reporting System. For both borrowing with the repayments of the Treasury by October 20th of the current fiscal year, for the agency submit the borrowings transaction account Central Accounting Reporting System. With their current fiscal year borrowing estimate should be submitted additional borrowing for the last business date within the month which they need funds. All borrowings in the Treasury are effective for the October 1st of the current fiscal year, with regardless for the agency actual borrowed funds except for the funds borrowed at the end of the fiscal year to make the annual interest payment. The borrowings for annual interest payment effective with the September 30th of the current fiscal year for the payments. Effective date equals date of repayment. Borrowings from the Treasury repayment. The Treasuries are a process for the non-expenditure fund. Non-expenditure transfers. All transactions must be certified Central Accounting Reporting System by 3 p.m. Eastern to be processed the same day. When submitting a transaction, agency must include the following supplemental worksheet: maturity date, interest rate, cohort year, subcohort. Generally, subcohort reflects the separate risks together, all defined in Office Management Budget Circular Number A11. For the amount of each transaction, detail for information regarding access, request, and password of the Treasury Support Center is 877-440-9476. Alright, the FIBB approval. Once approved, requesting an agent for the borrowing and the repayment in the transaction. Transaction becomes an FIB review. An FIBB approved of the rejection transaction based on the accuracy of the data for the approval of the transaction will be posted. Central Accounting Reporting System status will be updated with the transaction rejected, the return of the agency for the correction. Alright, 464030, interest payment to Treasury. The agency may use the most current version of the calculations, from the Office of Management Budget, primary responsibility, responsible for the account with the calculate interest due to the Treasury for the current fiscal year. The agencies must employ the supporting interest payment calculation FIBB. See contacts on before the date with the interest made for the intra-government payments collection system, or IPAC, but any case no later than September 30th of the current fiscal year. Any of the last business day of fiscal year with the Treasury require payments for the interest for each of the financial account through the intra-government payment collection system and the agency location 20550865. Agency required for the Treasury accounting symbol, business event type code, information submitting interest payment, the intra-payment and collection service system, intra-governmental payment collection services to the FIBB. The interested own Treasury go on borrowing with additional for the business event type code. One to the payment agency of the CTAs must report with the Treasury accounting symbol from which money for the being withdrawn with the amount of the transaction must equal the amount of the transmitted to the intergovernmental payments and collection systems. Because of the FIBB, the Central Accounting Reporting System reporter, the amount received the intra-government payments and collection system is reported automatically received with the FIBB CTA based on Treasury accounting symbol and business event type codes. Agency must audit the actions, audit the accounts, maintain adequate reports of the support of the transaction accrued interest for the contemplation submitted with the FIBB payment. Agency must have the records readily available to the internal auditor for the Treasury, the governmental accounting office, auditors if necessary. Section 4645, the interest on invested funds are official services. Uninvested funds for this financial account consider the fund balance of the Treasury borrowing, offset with the collection and not disbursed. But because these agents are paid with the interest fund balance with the same interest rate with the year, but is not affected the borrowing out earlier with it on an estimated basis. Agency must not net interest and uninvested funds against interest expense year end. The agency must report the internal revenue expense separately with the further detailed interest and expense for the Office Management Budget, Circular number A11. A loan guarantee financial accounting system and invested funds for the offsetting collection following reasons: subsidized payment of upfront funds, other fee for the interest of the payments for the to the government or borrowing the treasurer, direct loan finance account sums accumulates uninvested funds of the offsetting of the collection primarily two reasons: interest principal not paid to the Treasury for the scheduled dates, borrowing with the Treasurer not immediately disbursed. Agency must use the most current versions of the calculator available for the Office Management Budget and continue contact primary responsibility of the calculate interest of the current for the invested funds. To receive the interest on invested funds, the agency must do the following: establish credit for form before an agreement with the Treasury, submit inter-interest transaction of the intergovernment what is that? Procurement and collection system, the agency location code 2012-0002, fiscal year Federal Investment Borrowing Bureau. Federal Investment Borrowing Branch's last business day of the fiscal year. Further, the Federal Investment Bureau borrowing branches supporting documentation balance reported into the intergovernmental procurement and collection system submission for the last business day of the fiscal year. NC documentation must include the computation interest for the Treasury, certify the interest amount of the computed with the pair applicable to guidance for the including certification system of the IPAC system transaction that states I certify the funds in accordance with the Federal Credit Reform Act of 1990 and the correct paper to the fund with the symbols designated. Report in section 1, column 2 of the CTA fiscal year of the report Treasury interest of the charged to TASA 020X1880 Credit Reform Act interest paid on invested funds, section 4650. 465010 definitions of operation, Treasury process, warrant of the finite operation, subsidiary, administrative expense enacted by Congress. 465020 indefinite operation of the Federal Credit Reform Act authorized the two different indefinite appropriations of the first program and account with the indefinite authority to cover the subside with the reestimates. Second one, liquidation account with the indefinite authority of the payment of outstanding obligation that cannot be found with another sort of the against for the bond submit with the written request of official service. Same funds authorized with the indefinite authority for the Office of Management budget approved with the SF Stamp Form 132. Appointment reappointment schedule of the must accompany with each for the request after reviewing requests requisite material official services process of the warrant with the requested amount for the additional information further transfer Treasury Financial Manual Volume 1 Part 2 Chapter 2000 Part 1 Part 6 8500 4655 of the program account transaction reporting procedure for the following subsection describe the collection disbursement each program of the Treasury accounting symbol to record with the section 1 of the CTA for the agency the balance of the CTA document the Treasury in section 2 and 3 completed with the program account will receive the current definite current and indefinite permanent indefinite appropriation for the warrant that provided with the program budget authority to pay administrative expense for the subsidiary cover the direction loan guaranteed loan disbursed the executive positive subsidiary modification upwarded reestimate program accounts based for the subsidiary to the financial account. 465510 administrative expense for the program account may pay for the administrative expense for the directly may pay for them together with the Treasury accounting symbol to the slave with the expense for the reimbursement basis for the program and the Treasury accounting symbol directly pay for the administrative expense for the agency with the CTA record for the disbursement, have the administrative expense for the program and the Treasury accounting symbol are paid reimbursement paid for the transaction, pay for the expenditure transfer for the program and the Treasury accounting symbol to review the account with the Treasury accounting symbol, agency with the CTA record outlined with the program of the Treasury accounting symbol. Also, setting the collection with the receiving account with the Treasury accounting symbol, the agency may not pay for the administrative expense for the financial account. 4660 financing account with a direct loan transaction reporting procedure. Following subsection describe the collections disbursement with the direct loan financing of the Treasury accounting system with a record in section of the CTA agency must be submitted with the CTA balance document the Treasury for the section 2 and 3 completed with the direct loan financing accounts records all cash flow associated with the direct loan obligation. 4610 subsidiary of the budgetary subsidiary of the program account for the program accounts Treasury accounting symbol to pay for the subsidiary amount of the financial account with the Treasury accounting symbol for the following post 1991 direct loans up to word reinstatement and interest for the reinstatement estimates modification of the direct locate loans financing account Treasury accounting symbol to receive the subsidiary with the program account Treasury accounting symbol the agency records with the CTA for the collection and financing of the Treasury accounting symbol column 2 reimbursement from the program instrument account with the Treasury accounting symbol column 3 no sub-level prefix is 65% of the final account and Treasury accounting symbol the transaction on the CTA. 4660 pressure of the borrowings from the Treasury Financial Accounting borrows for the financing unsubsidized balance for the loan disbursed from the non-federal bureaus. Interest may borrow with advance expected of the collection negative subsidiary amount of the request of borrowing with the Treasury over the central accounting reporting system additional information borrowing for the Treasury Financial Manual Volume 1 Part 2 Chapter 2000. 466030 collection of the non-federal source of the collection non-federal source of the financial Treasury accounting series that consists of the repayment principal and interest of the non-federal borrow fee for the proceed of the liquidation capital asset of the proceed of the sale loan to the collateral officer miscellaneous receipts related to the loan offsetting collection costs include with the non-federal source of the only include with the inflow of the federal service to the federal accounting Treasury accounting symbol receive fees, principal, and interest for the public and other miscellaneous receipts for any of the records collection with the CTA. 4660 for the interest earning with the agency calculate interest earning with must verify the interest calculations agency reporting earnings from Federal Investment Bureau branches and the intergovernment procurement and calculation system. Official services reports of the earnings for the Treasury of the CTA agencies may interest the calculation for the Treasury of the Treasury miscellaneous receipt account 020188000. 466050 repayment of principal payment with the interest of the Treasury agent period process of the repayment principal of the central accounting reporting system process of the interest payment through the intergovernment until procurement and collection system and the record of the payment of the CTA with the financing account, Treasury accounting system, Treasury accounting symbol. It's for the borrowing of the agency required of the payment of interest of the CTA and because of the Federal Investment Bureau branches, the Central Accounting Report System. Report of the amount received within the Intergovernmental Procurement and Collection System is reported with the automatic receipt of the Federal Investment Bureau branches CTA based on the Treasury accounting symbols and business event type codes. And you may enter the payments into the Treasury for the Treasury miscellaneous receipt account 02014990000. Alright, 4660, direct loan disbursement agency made available. Contact non-federal borrower with the disbursement for the funds for the direct loan financing account with the Treasury accounting symbol. The agency disbursed for the loan financing with the account with the Treasury accounting symbol for the non-federal borrower. Records the loan disbursement of the CTA. 466070 loan modifications pre-1992 of the direct loans. Modified with the government pre-1992 direct loans become subject to the Credit Reform Act with the agency transfer the direct loan with the asset for the liquidated account with the Treasury accounting symbol of the direct loan financing account with the Treasury accounting symbol that makes one time with the adjustment payment between the Treasury accounting symbol and the symbols agency record with the subsequent the cash flow for the relief of the loan financing for the account with the Treasury accounting symbol. When agency transferred the 1992 to the direct loan with the liquidation account with the Treasury accounting symbol, the financing of the account with the Treasury accounting symbol that makes one with the time to adjust for the payment, same amount for the loan financial account with the liquidation agency with the record for the CTA for the collection of the liquidation account Treasury accounting symbol, the column 2, the disbursement of the financial of the common Treasury accounting symbol in column 3. 461698 negative subside for the downward reestimate of the estimate side subsidiary for the negative of the agency paid for the automatic equal for the negative subside with the financial account with the Treasury accounting symbols. 2. General fund receipts for the program of the direct loan disbursement that subside with the reestimate for the cohort downward agency records amount with the reestimate entry for the reestimate pays amount equal for the downward reestimate entry for the reestimate with a different general funding account Treasury account symbol. Agency pays amount equal to the negative subsided for the financial with the Treasury accounting symbol with the Treasury's general fund recipient and the Treasury accounting symbol. Agency records of CTA collection of the general funds of the receipt with the Treasury accounting symbol in column 2. Disbursement financial account Treasury accounting symbols with column 3. Section 4665 Financial Accounting Loan Guarantee Transaction Reporting Procedures. Following subsection describing collections disbursement each along with guarantee financial accounting the Treasury accounting symbol of record with the collection section CTA with the agency must submit the balance CTA document Treasury with the section 2 and 13 completed. Agency recorded cash flow associated with the loan guarantee committed with the guaranteed loan financing and Treasury accounting symbol. Treasury accounting symbol that provides us reserve pay for the default of the claim of loan guarantees and in some cases to pay the interest and supplements. Alright, 466510 subsiding the program account agency pays the subsided amount of the program of the Treasury accounting symbol with the financing the Treasury accounting symbol the following post 1991 loan guarantees upward reinvestment and interest on reestimates. Modification any loan government financial account for the Treasury accounting series for the receipt of the subside of the program account Treasury accounting series the any agencies records of the CTA for the collection of financing account the Treasury accounting symbol the column 2 the disbursement of the program Treasury accounting symbol column 3 sublevel 3 fact 65 receipt of the financial account the Treasury accounting symbol for the Treasury transaction the CTA. Alright, 466520 with the borrowing from the Treasury. Agency may borrow from the funds, but to meet default claims except for the loan guaranteeing the financing account with a cash balance. No subsided with the balance advance for the expected calculation public and the downward subsided reestimate agency request for the borrowing with the Treasury the Central Accounting Registry. 466530 collection of the non-federal source. The agency records collection of the non-federal resources, federal source of the financial accounting, treasury accounting system, loan organization fee for the receipt of the liquidation capital asset, other miscellaneous receipts related to the loan guarantee process. These calculations are inflow for the non-federal source that do not include the inflow of the federal sources when agency for the collective loan origination, other fees associated with the loan guarantees, financial account, treasury accounting series, Treasury accounting system, and the records collection into the CTA. Alright, interest earnings, 4665.40, interest earnings. The agency may calculate interest of the uninvested fund that must verify with the interest calculation agency report for the interest earning with the Federal Investment Bureau branches through the intergovernment procurement and collection system. The finance officials for the response earnings of the Treasury of the CTA. The agencies may with the interest collection with the Treasury of the Treasury miscellaneous receipt account 020-1880 46 65.50. Payment of principal, payment and interest of the Treasury of the agency, process payments of the principal, essential accounting responsibility, essential account reporting system, the process of the interest payment of the intergovernment procurement and collection system, and record the payment of on the CTA. Following report of the Treasury accounting symbol to pay interest of the borrowing. Insert record the payment and interest in the CTA of the codes of the Federal Investment Bureau branch of the Central Accounting Reporting System reporter amount of the receipt of the intergovernment procurement and collection system is reported automatically to the receipt of the Federal Investment Bureau branches CTA based on the Treasury Accounting System business event type code. Agencies may interest the payments of the Treasury using Treasury miscellaneous receipt account 020-49-9 000. 4665.60 loan guarantee claims. If the loan is in default, the agency paid for the default of the loan claim on the non-federal lender with the financing account of the agency disbursed amount of the financing account, treasury accounting symbol, non-federal loan lender of the default loan with the record of the loan claim payment in the CTA. 4665.70 interest supplement as part of the loan guarantee for the non-federal lender may recover the agency provide for the interest supplement, but the agency recover the interest supplement payment of the finance account with the disbursement of the non-federal lender with the agencies pay interest supplement for the finance account, treasury accounting for the non-federal lender record of the disbursement in the CTA. 4665.80 loan modification pre-1992 loan guarantee for the government modified with the pre-1992 loan guarantee for the loan guarantee will become subject to the credit reform account and the agency transfer the guarantee liability for the liquidation account financial account but it makes more time with the just the payment of liquidation of the account with the treasury accounting symbol following accounting treasury accounting symbol required with the guaranteed liability with the agency records and all subsequent cash flow related with the loan guarantee with the financing of the account and treasury accounting symbol when the agency transfer the 1992 with the loan guarantee for the liquidation accounting with the financial account with it makes one with the time adjustment payment same amount of time and the loan guarantee for the liquidation treasury accounting symbol making the final account financing account and the treasury accounting symbol the agency recover the CTA the collection of the financial account of the treasury account in column 2 the disbursement of liquidation of the treasury accounting symbol in column 3 modification for the most 1991 loan guarantees office of management budget circular number 811. Alright, 4665.99 negative subside with the downward reestimate of the estimate subside with the negative of the agency above the equal amount negative subside with the financial accounting treasury accounting symbol the general fund receipt for the program with the non-federal lender for the business guaranteed loan if subside with the reestimate color of the downward agency record with the amount of the reestimate interest of the reestimate payment amounts of the downward reestimate the interest for the reestimate with the different general funds and receipt with the treasury accounting symbol the agency pays the amount of the equal the negative subside with the financial account with the treasury accounting symbol and treasury general fund with the receipt with the treasury accounting symbol with the agency records for the GTA collection by general fund and receipt with the treasury accounting symbol the column 2 with the disbursement financial account with the column 3 Section 4670, liquidation account with the transaction reporting pursuant to the following subsection, the description of the collection, disbursement, each of the liquidation, treasury accounting symbol, the record within section 1 with the CTA of the agency that must submit with the balance for the CTA of the documents within section 2 and 3 completed agency records for the disbursement collections resulting from pre-1992 the direct loan obligations. Loan guarantee commitments for liquidation of the account of the treasury accounting symbol. Credit reform did not change the treatment of the transaction pre-1992 with the direct loan with the loan guarantees. 467010. If a liquidation account with a Treasury accounting symbol will receive the collection and exceed with an accounting obligation given officially with the agent, with the return with the excessive collection Treasury of the central accounting reporting certificate event expenditure transfer application capital transfer with practical effort close officially with the returns except the collection of the miscellaneous receipt of the Treasury accounting symbol. 2842 reserve of the agency of the three-digit agency and identifier, and you have with your contacts would be your Federal Investment Bureau branch, the Bureau of Officials with the Department of Treasury, the Parkman, and that's in Parksburg, West Virginia. Also, if you have the sub-level prefix codes, budget branch, reporting branch, budget operation analysis, Bureau of Official Year, budget analysis branch, budget review, official management and budget. And that was Chapter 4600, Treasury Reporting Instruction for Credit Reform Legislation.